parents were always very active in their church, and I remember that the majority of their social circle involved around their church, and my dad was the finance chairman of the church. And I remember when I was just a wee tyke being on the floor of our living room sorting checks, because I could count back then. So I would put all the checks in order, not knowing that was going to be the beginning of a financial career for me. So seeing that has really, since I was a very young person, motivated me to volunteer. I guess it's nice that I work for a company that encourages community involvement. Bean Garter has always encouraged people to be out there giving back to the community, and I've been very fortunate to have a good job and to earn a living, and you have to give back when you've been blessed with so many wonderful things. I was always very impressed with the way that the YWCA specifically treated the area of domestic violence. And when I became involved in the YWCA, I really had no connection with that issue. But during my term on the board, my best friend was murdered by her husband and brought my world as I knew it crashing down. And people never think that something like that is going to happen to somebody that they know. And that was a very, very devastating time, and it was very hard for me to wonder, why didn't I see something? Why couldn't I have helped? Why didn't I know something was wrong? So it left me with a huge sense of helplessness. And the YWCA was right there for me. So ever since then, I've been a huge active voice for domestic violence and trying to bring attention to the area. And the YWCA has been just there for so many women that need help. I think anytime I can just see girls progressing, whether that's the Girls Inc. program at the YWCA or at the Girl Scouts, and to see any type of young women being challenged, being poised to be able to get out in front of a group of people. And I'm a huge proponent for getting children involved as early as they can. Both of my daughters were volunteering at a very young age, so it's that kind of thing that makes me feel like all the time that I've spent volunteering, if that's rubbing off on the younger generation and perpetuating a lifelong giving cycle, I think that's worth every minute. I think people need to have a passion for an organization that they're working with, and the stronger that passion is, the more it's not a burden on your time, it's just a good use of your time. There's so many different types of nonprofit organizations out there, and not just the health and human service type, but the arts organizations and what they've brought to our community. And there's so many things in our community that people have chosen to support and has just made specifically West Michigan a wonderful place to live.